Well, good morning from Helsinki, Finland. Today is day 12, our final day of this cruise. We docked early this morning, so the last 2 days have been late port days, but today we arrived around 7 a.m. and we are here until 4 p.m. I do not have an excursion booked. My plan is just to wander around and explore like I've been doing the last few days, and it's worked out really well. It's awesome being able to port in an area where the town and the city is so close to the docking location. I am gonna head out here in just a few minutes. I cannot find my sunglasses. I think I must have left them at Ocean's last night where I ate dinner, so I'm gonna go to Lost and Found, see if I can find them, because yeah, I can't. It's beautiful outside. I cannot go out there without sunglasses. It is so bright and sunny. I'm gonna head down to guest services now and then make my way out onto land in Finland. Okay, well, I went to guest services and no sunglasses. They had 7 other pairs, but not mine, so I will try to see if I can find somewhere to buy one. Super bummed that I lost those because I just got them on a recent cruise. Let's head out of the port area now and go explore Helsinki. This is one of the nicest days we've had all cruise. No clouds, not even a single one in sight. Wow, it's gorgeous. And of course, the one day I lose my sunglasses. I cannot figure out where they could possibly be. Also, the shuttle just passed me. So they are offering a shuttle for 12 euros from the port to, I think, the city center. So if you don't want to walk, it's a little over it's about 3.5 kilometers of a walk. So it's probably gonna take me about 40 minutes. But if you don't want to walk, you can take the shuttle and it will give you a much quicker option for a relatively reasonable price. And then they also have the hop-on, hop-off bus. I don't know how much it costs, but if you want to do that and get even more, these buses are loud, even more of an option to stop at various places, you could do the hop-on, hop-off bus too. Just walking by this wall of art here. It goes on the whole length of this street right here. Really cool. Doesn't even seem to be vandalized. Well, if this isn't the coolest looking outdoor cafe sort of restaurant with like there's like a patio up there, patio out front, just looking right out over the water. Gorgeous. This would be a great place to come on my way back to the ship. It's too bad we have such an early day. Just these outdoor cafes and restaurants with all kinds of awesome seating along the waterfront. I just love it. This is such a fantastic spot. Look at these cozy chairs. So cool. To go see when they open. Well, this is just gorgeous. Look at this little water. I guess that's probably a fountain at some point, but beautiful. So colorful. I love it. I just turned a corner and saw this up on the hill. So that church I just looked up is St. John's Church, and it was built in 1891. And then we're passing a school here on the left. And I have about 15 minutes still to walk. Of course, it takes me longer because I stop and take pictures. Here's another view of St. John's Cathedral, built in 1891. That is a cute little street. I'm gonna walk down there even though it's not at all on my way. But I've passed a few shops so far, but they all don't open until noon, so no luck yet on finding sunglasses. Just stopped in to get a coffee here at this little coffee shop, and she recommended that I go check H&M for some cheap sunglasses, which is a great idea. Didn't even think of that. So smart. So I'm gonna go there now. It's actually not far at all. It's like a 10-minute walk from here. Success. Sunglasses have been acquired, and I ended up in a shopping mall, sort of underground. Did not know where I was. Could not find the H&M, so I just walked into whatever store I saw that had sunglasses and grabbed a pair. So they were cheap, but they will do. So I am now walking to the market. This is really such a pleasant walk. The streets are pretty busy. It's certainly not like the last 2 days where I spent most of my time in the old town, but it's still really nice here. And of course it's a Tuesday midday, so, you know, people are working. This is a nice little walkway. Very busy right now. It's lunchtime, so a lot of people out enjoying the sunshine. Okay, I have arrived, well, almost, to the market. It's all outdoor. You can see all the tents over there with tons of people, and then that amazing castle looking thing in the background. I'll have to look that up. The thing about these outdoor markets though is they are always super crowded, and I don't really like crowds, but it doesn't look too bad. But I'm gonna go walk around a little bit and see what's over there, and then figure out what that building is in the background. So there's like fruits, vegetables, produce, sandwich shops, all kinds of little restaurants. Very cool. It does smell absolutely amazing here though. And it's right on the water. There's a Ferris wheel in the background, a couple of ferries. Awesome. Apparently, oh my god. Okay. Apparently reindeer is a big thing here. So there's reindeer on like all of these menus here, these little restaurants, which of course I would never ever try, but it's there if you want it. Ooh, that cheese looks good. Alright, souvenir shops. I do need to get a magnet. Magnet secured. And keep on exploring. So much here. Amber is a really popular thing here in the Baltics. They have a lot of amber jewelry in every stop that we've been at so far. I guess it's mined here regularly. That's the right word for it. Not sure if mined is the right word, but it's produced here. Well, that was lovely. I finished walking through the market. I bought a little thing of soap. I really like to buy soap from other places when I'm traveling, in addition to magnets. And the guy was really nice, but he asked me for coffee and asked if he could get my number. And I'm like, sorry, I'm only here for today. But flattering nonetheless. So I am continuing to walk here along the waterfront. There's the Ferris wheel and then the cathedral up in the background. It's an Orthodox cathedral here, and it's beautiful. It's got the gold domed tips on top. They look like Hershey Kisses. Very pretty. This is the Helsinki Cathedral. I'm going to try and get up closer, but as you can see there's a lot of covering on the outside because they're probably doing renovations. Feeling a little headache coming on, so I'm gonna get a snack or something before I make my trek up to the other side of this building so I can see the other part of it. Well, there's a little place right there making pizzas. And I just ordered one of those and a drink. And look at this view. How perfect. As soon as I eat, I'm gonna go walk up over there so I can see the other side of the building, because I think that might be the front. Well, how about that? Well, that lunch was delicious, just what I needed. And now I'm gonna walk up to see the other side of the cathedral here. and show you the front view. All right. So there she is up close, and I'm gonna walk up the steps here and get a view out over the steps to the city area. It is a little bit windy. Hopefully you can hear me. I didn't use my microphone today yet. Probably ought to put that on. I've lost the windscreen for my microphone, so hopefully you can hear me. This is a nice view, isn't it? Some birds hanging out, some pigeons. Super windy up here. But wow, this is a great view of the square here and the monument. Even a ship in the background. And you can hear the construction going on too of the cathedral. Well, that was such a lovely afternoon. I've done so much walking. I've walked over 4 miles already today. And my feet and my back are starting to feel it. So I think what I'm going to do is make my way back to the port, because it's about 2.5 miles back to the port. So I'm going to just head that way. I'll walk down these steps actually, I think, because I took such a winding path to get here that I think I will end up taking a completely different path back to the port, to the ship, than I came. So I know I'll be seeing some new things. So off I go for another couple of miles of enjoying the beautiful city of Helsinki. Let's see if I can take a picture here. A really nice girl just offered to take my picture, so I have a picture in front of the cathedral there, but I just mapped out my route, and it's 50 minutes walking back to the port. So it's already off. It's like 1:45, so that'll get me there around 2:30ish, 2:40. That's like 45 minutes before all aboard time, so I feel like I should go ahead and start making my way back. What a lovely day it's been so far. One more view of this beautiful square. All these buildings are yellow, I just noticed. I wonder if there's any particular reason or significance. Very cool looking castle-y type of building. And then interesting like changeover to different architecture. European cities are just so beautiful. This is what I'm walking through right now. Just gorgeous. And then you've got a spire sticking out from a castle or a tower or a cathedral, just in the middle of the city. People going about their daily lives. School kids playing, people commuting. Cutest little outdoor cafes. And then look, Maps is actually having me go through this park, which I did not see on my way in. How beautiful is this park? Gorgeous. Idyllic setting right here. What a great way to spend a lunch break. Love to see people just out there enjoying the beach and the view. What a perfect day. Lots of people enjoying this outdoor space now. Be a great place to stop for a drink. I don't have much time left though. One thing I've noticed is a lot of these cities will offer blankets for you to take out on the chairs so you can stay warm when it's cold out. Wish we did that in the US, but I've never seen it. I did go get me a drink because I still have about an hour and 15 minutes until I need to be back. So I'm gonna find a spot here along the water and just hang out. And that is the end of my day out in Helsinki. And I've had a fantastic afternoon. Just enjoyed a little time along the water, reading my book, having a drink, watching the birds try to peck at the food. There's people over here actually going swimming. So there's stairs down there and like little ladders that go into the water. And I'll tell you, it's not warm enough to swim for me. But people are swimming. Or they were. A couple of people just got out. Yeah, their swimsuits. I don't know if maybe there's a sauna in there somewhere. Very bold. I can smell something burning, like smoke. I wonder if they're doing like cold plunge or something. Where they get into the sauna and then they jump in the water to do a cold plunge. That would be cool. That's one thing Finland is known for, is having lots and lots of saunas. There was actually an excursion to do a Finnish sauna. Did cross my mind to check that out because that seemed like it would be a cool thing to experience in Finland. Sauna hours are actually posted on the door right there. Here, there's also a restaurant, so you could do sauna and a meal all right out there, right on the water, and jump into the ocean, the Baltic Sea. How cool is that? Man, I really should have done that. That would have been a really cool experience. I didn't know that was even there. Gorgeous. Officially back to the port. Here's the ship. All these buses are back and just heading out now. Back on board. It is so bittersweet coming back on the ship at the very last port on the very last day, because you know the next time you get off you won't be getting back on, and I am so bummed that today's our last day, although we got a beautiful one. So I feel so fortunate. Although it was cold, don't get me wrong, really had such great sunshine, blue skies, perfect walking weather. I did dress warmly and I brought warm clothes because I knew it was going to be kind of chilly. I just feel incredibly fortunate to have gotten such an amazing trip out of all these 12 days. It really has been fantastic. We have a sail away party this afternoon at 3:45 up on the pool deck, and the weather is certainly permitting for it today. So I'm gonna head up there here in a little bit. I might even put my swimsuit on and try to snag a hot tub. I have said this in several of my videos, but this is not my favorite Norwegian ship. I have a couple of complaints with the ship that probably could be improved. Mainly the smoking issue has really been a challenge for me, just because of, as you can probably hear in my voice, like I'm very congested, my throat is a little itchy, and it's 100% because of the cigarette smoke that has just been permeating decks 6, 7, and 8 on the front part of the ship, which is my deck. My cabin's on deck 8 forward, so I am feeling it. I have heard from others who've cruised on this ship that is a big issue. There's actually several people I know who've cruised on this ship that had the same complaint, so it'll be something I put in my post-cruise survey. Not that I really think anything will come of it, but the more they hear about it, maybe it will change. You never know. As far as other comments about the cruise overall, you know, from a Wi-Fi perspective, the Wi-Fi was actually really good on this ship. It is Starlink and it worked very well. I thought it was consistent, reliable, pretty fast. I didn't test the speeds, and I did not purchase the streaming unlimited package. I just bought the regular unlimited Wi-Fi, but I had no issues with it the entire cruise. It worked really well. The food, I talked about this throughout my videos as well on this cruise. The food started out not great. There were some issues with the food and the quality and just the way, like for example, the fries at Oceans, usually they are fantastic. They're crunchy and crispy and delicious and fresh, but the first 2 times I had fries here at Oceans, they were terrible. They tasted stale, old. They just weren't the same fries that I've had consistently at Oceans and the local and every Norwegian ship. So I don't know what it was, but that has significantly improved since the beginning of the cruise. So I actually had fries at Oceans last night with my burger, and it was much, much better than at the beginning of the trip. Same with like the main dining room meals, and even at Los Lobos. I ate at Los Lobos on the first night, which is a specialty Mexican restaurant. And on the first night, the food was not that good. But a couple of nights ago, I ate there again, and it was much, much better. So whatever was going on at the beginning of this trip, maybe it was where they sourced the ingredients, and maybe they got better ingredients as time went on, but the food quality and taste and presentation and just all of it has improved much, much more over the length of the cruise. Also, as far as crowding, really have not experienced any overcrowding at all on the ship. This is a fully sold out cruise, and there are not that many kids on this cruise. I've seen a handful here and there, not many, no disruptions. Everyone's been great. So it's a lot less, I think, families on this cruise, more couples I've noticed. But yeah, overall, it's just been a very good mix of demographics and people from all over the world, which is fantastic. I mean, this is such an incredible diverse itinerary with so many ports, and getting to see so many places in such a small amount of time. It was one I had my eye on for a long time, and I just had to go with it. We did miss Belgium, one of our first ports, but every other port we arrived early, and the ship was cleared early, and we left on time. The itinerary just cannot be beat. NCL really knows what they're doing when it comes to really good itineraries. And of course, the crew have been fantastic. Everyone has been very kind, very friendly, very nice, no issues whatsoever. My room steward, Rafi, he is incredible. I mean, he can get in and out of my room and have it spotlessly cleaned in like 10 minutes. It's incredible. The hostesses at the restaurants remembered my name, even though I only went one time. I came back like 5 days later, and she immediately said, "Oh, hi, Meredith." And I'm like, how do you remember that? So they're incredible. And then the live music around the ship and the entertainment has been really good. There's only one band that I'm gonna say was not that good, and it's because the main singer, she cannot sing. I know this sounds terrible. I mean, I'm not being rude, I'm being just honest. Like, she can't sing. I sang growing up. I grew up singing. I can recognize on key, off key, and she can't sing. So that was the only band that I like actively avoided going to listen to, because it was cringeworthy. And I'm not saying that because, how do I say this? I'm not the only one that noticed that. I saw the crew talking about it. I saw other passengers talking about it. I saw so many people commenting that, like, why is she singing? She can't sing. So I feel really bad just saying that, but like, it's the honest truth, and I'm just being honest. There were two other Filipino bands though that were amazing, and both of the lead singers, all of them were really, really good. And then Lorenzo, the guitarist, probably my favorite act on the entire ship. He is so good. If you watch some of my videos in this past series, you'll have seen him show up, because I went and saw him all the time since he was so good. I'd seen him on a previous ship before and knew that he was amazing, so I came back and watched a lot of his sets because of how good he is. And I think that's really everything. If I didn't cover any topics of my review here of this cruise, please leave a comment below and let me know if you have any questions about anything I may not have covered here in this very short summary of my experience on the Norwegian Dawn for this incredible 12 days. But the day is not over yet, and I'm going to show you the rest of today. There will be no dedicated video from Stockholm. Hopefully I will be back in the future though, someday. I'm excited to have beautiful weather as we sail away from this incredible port in Finland. It's our last day. Look at this pool deck with all that blue sky. Nobody out here. What a perfect afternoon for hot tubbing. There she goes. 47 pounds of luggage. Off to be taken until tomorrow. We are about to get one more final incredible sunset. The sunset is actually scheduled for like 10:20 tonight, at least in Finland where we just came from. It's 9 o'clock now. It doesn't look like it's 9 o'clock outside. I mean, look how bright it is. It just does not feel so late, but yeah, it's after 9. So let's head out for one last night around the Norwegian Dawn before we call this cruise complete.